Welcome back in. I usually don't like starting off my episodes with monologues and stuff to get into, but we got some discussing to do. I like this. No need to. You saw by the title. There's no need to sugarcoat it. Anthony Richardson is officially benched. I originally was just going to not say completely ignore the situation, but I was going to keep it light and be like, listen, you've heard this on a lot of shows. I don't think I need to go over what the hell he said. We don't need to go over it. We don't need to. And then he got benched. Now it's like, okay, now I gotta, talk about it a little bit more. So, obviously, for those of you who don't know, Anthony Richardson asked to tap out of a play. It was third and goal. It was like a 23-yard third and goal. He asked out because, I ain't gonna lie, I was tired, quote unquote. Tough look, obviously. You don't want to hear that from your franchise QB. I don't need to get into all that stuff. But now he is benched officially for Joe Flacco. By the way, we'll get into all the stuff here in a minute. But he's now benched for Joe Flacco, at least for this week. I don't know if that's officially he's benched for the future, or if this is just in my opinion, the way I see this is a 1 week, hey, Joe Flacco's getting the start. Hey, let's figure it out now, get your shit together, let's go. That's kind of how I personally see it as. I will not be shocked if Joe Flacco starts the rest of the season. I won't be shocked if Joe Flacco is then put back as the backup for Anthony Richardson next week. This is just situation has just become a lot. I'm trying to see if the quotes come out yet where Steichen said, like, he said Monday that the team was evaluating everything, and yeah, I don't know if it's officially been started for season. I'm assuming they wouldn't go that far anyway. Man, I'll admit, Anthony Richardson needs to play. Here's my assumption. I'll cut it straight. I'll just get straight to it. Anthony Richardson needs to play. He absolutely needs to play. He needs to get time. But at the same time, he hasn't been playing the best of football, man, so it's tough. Absolutely tough spot ball. Joe Flacco has gone in there. You've seen what the offense can look like. Anthony Richardson has had moments. He's had flashes of where you can see, like, man, if he can get this can be good. I feel like Colts run more plays that help him out. I feel like there's just so much, man. There's so much to get into this. Obviously, I'm not going to spend the whole episode on this. I just want to start off with it because, obviously, this is my favorite team's starting quarterback. So, big thing to talk about. Overall, though, like I said, it's just the whole team around him as well. There's so many drops. I mean, I don't think people see it week in and week out because they don't watch it. I mean, man, there was at least 3 to 4 drops every single game. It's like, you're an NFL receiver. You should probably catch that. And I know I just can't. At the same time, Anthony Richardson, I guess he could throw a better ball. I mean, it can go both ways, man. The defense, I mean, Joe Mixon ran for 100 yards on us last week as a Colts defense. That's another reason why the Texans won the game, along with an Anthony Richardson horrible pick 6 on not the best play calling. I mean, it's just two things are always wrong. I mean, it's either the play calling and AR. Defense is good, play calling AR is not right. Play calling's right, AR is not right, defense isn't right. AR is good, play calling's not right, defense is not right. It feels like nothing can get clicking. It just feels like a much-needed move I don't know what this is going to do. I mean, you heard... Oh, this is horrible. Horrible news we'll need to talk about here in a minute about Tre'Davious Ward and his family. But, man, like I said, I mean, I'll be real. The Colts were not... This could even be a thing where, I'm not going to lie, they could be benching him to save him. Because Brian Flores, I mean, if they blitz him, this game could get ugly. It's in prime time. Joe Flacco's not a bad guy to learn behind. Like I said, I'm interested to see how long this lasts. I personally think right now, my assumption, not knowing anything at all, obviously not being in the building, other than just being a Colts watcher and just reading some tea leaves, I will not be shocked. This is a 1 week benching. We see Anthony Richardson start next week, and it was like, hey, now let's go, Anthony. This is your chance again. Let's go. And I don't know. It's hard. You can't just keep benching him, start him, bench him, start him, bench him, start him. But at the same time, he's not ever been healthy enough to play a lot of games in a row, so he might be used to this. It's just, man, dude, it's frustrating as shit, dude, because overall we had Andrew Luck. We went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck to now it's like, QB purgatory, where it's a tough look. Overall, I mean, Anthony Richardson, great kid, has so much talent in the world. Just, man, has a cannon of an arm. I hope he gets put in better spots when he comes back, and I just hope this is eye-opening for him, just to say the least. Because, I mean, this has just been a whole nasty situation. He's been not playing the best either. He needs to learn, too. That's the biggest thing that sucks, is he needs to learn. We have a team that's really good, but he needs to learn. I enjoy watching him play. He's fun. He has moments. I enjoy moments when he plays. There's other moments where it's just beyond infuriating. It's just... We'll just say this. The Anthony Richardson experience has been... It's been a tough one. I'm still going to keep my stock in him and hope that he's going to be a somewhat good quarterback. Because, I mean... Man, but the athleticism's there. The running's there. The arm talent is there. It's just this accuracy is a big issue. He has accuracy, his mechanics. There's a lot of stuff that just needs to be worked on that hopefully I mean, man, the fact that he was that tired, you hope that he's working on stuff in the offseason, but all of a sudden I mean, just a lot of assumptions. There's a whole bunch that go into it. I assume he works in the offseason. I just hope the best for the kid, man. Joe Flacco's going to be starting for the Colts, who lost to the Texans. That'll probably just lead us straight in. So we're going to do our recaps of Week 8, that kind of go over some news as well. I just started off with news because big news from my team. Real quick, I did want to touch on the Tre'Davious Ward news. So apparently his 1-year-old daughter has passed away. 49ers family is devastated by the sudden passing of Tre'Davious Ward's beloved 1-year-old daughter, Amani Joy. Amani truly embodied pure happiness and brought joy to all those around her. I mean, that's just horrible, man. I don't think I need to go into it anymore. That's just horrible, man. Absolutely horrible. Prayers out to the family, obviously. T's and P's. Hope all goes well. Another thing we need to talk about, this goes along with the Colts game, so I guess we might as well just rip into it. So Colts, they lose. Defense plays amazing, other than the fact they gave up 101 rushing yards. Fucking Joe Mixon, damn it. They just couldn't stop the run at all. That's the biggest Colts issue. The Colts game plan, I mean, they were in that game. They were in the game the whole time. And, yeah, they just weren't ever able to capitalize when they seemingly needed to. Started off early, had a 10-3 lead, and then, offense just bogged down. Wasn't able to do much at all. Anthony Richardson, 10 of 32. He was like 2 for 15 at one point going the half. This is a whole big play calling thing. Because TJ Stroud, 25 for 37, 285, and 1. He did not nearly have as good of a game as those numbers look, I feel like. I genuinely feel like that was the Colts game to win. They should have won the game. I truly believe the Colts should have won that game. They just, like I said, I think the best way to put it is just gave it away by not doing enough on offense and then defensively just not stopping the run. If they stopped the run, I mean, that's just what killed them is they were just getting chunk plays. I mean, it's just so frustrating. Jonathan Taylor kills him again. 105 yards on the ground, 1 touchdown. He looked amazing. Michael Pittman only got 1 reception. I mean, then you look at the receivers, like for the Colts, 4 receptions for 109 for Josh Downs. Pittman, 1 for 16. Sermon, 1 for 14. Taylor, 1 for 12. Pierce, 1 for 11. I mean, Adonai Mitchell, 1 for 9. You just aren't going to win not passing the ball. Fuck, man. Yeah, it's just a tough loss, man. 23-20. The big good win for the Texans because now the Texans have swept the Colts. It's their division. I think they're going to win this division at this point now. Jaguars, Colts are going to probably split with them. Colts are going to split with the Titans. And then, regardless, I don't think Jaguars or Titans are going to beat the Texans. Texans won it this year. Week 8, Colts could have controlled their own destiny the whole rest of the season instead. Offense just kind of looked like poop. Had a few bad drops. Had a few not so fun play calls. Defense didn't stop the run. I'm going to emphasize that a lot. Fuck, man. It's just tough. Absolutely tough. But horrible loss for the Texans as, man, this sucks. Stephon Diggs out for the season. Tore his ACL, non-contact. Already missing Nico Collins, who won't be back till Week 10, which is, I think, the following week from now. But, man, does that suck ass for... You got to feel for Diggs, man. You just saw him, he cuts, grabs the knee, and you just immediately, it's like, man, dude, that fucking sucks. I mean, you immediately knew. I guess one of those, he's trying to break the route inside, and the second he goes to break the route inside, he just kind of hobble, fall to the ground. It's like, oh, man, no. And so that horrible loss for the Texans, man, because Stephon Diggs was a big piece of the offense. CJ Stroud loses another weapon. So now for next week, I mean, it's Tank Dell. We got Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz, and the committee. John Mechie's going to get some catches. Xavier Hutchinson's going to be probably getting some looks. It's going to be all hands on deck next week because, that's a huge loss. And like I said, they aren't going to get Nico Collins back until Week 10, most likely. But huge win for the Texans who, like I said, now control their own destiny into to the playoffs pretty much, because, I mean, they won. Like I said, I think the Texans pretty much won the division on Sunday with that win. Moving on. Now we'll track back a little bit. Thursday night, Rams win 30-20 over the Vikings. Puka Nacua kind of playing shocked me. I'll admit, I didn't count my Tutu Atwell bets that I gave out towards the record. I did lose a little bit of money, but didn't count them towards the record because I didn't know Puka was playing. If I knew Puka was playing, I just wouldn't have not bet anything Tutu Atwell. I would have been, it's the Cup and Puka game. Which sucks, too, because Puka's receiving over was like 37.5. They said they were going to work him limited, and he didn't get limited at all. Boy went absolutely off. 23 carries, 97 yards. No touchdown rushing, but touchdown receiving for Kyron Williams. And then his boy Puka Nacua with him. Two-headed monster, man. Puka, 7 for 106. No touchdowns, but he looked amazing coming back. His over-under was at 37.5 yards. So, obviously, even the books thought he was going to do A little bit more. I thought books assuming we thought that he was going to. I don't know the best way to put it. I thought they were. Apparently, they didn't think he was going to play either. Sorry, I was trying to read some stuff as I was going as well. Apparently, I get on the show and now everyone wants to blow me up because Anthony Richardson gets benched. God damn it. But yeah, I mean, this was a great win for the Rams, honestly, because they lost. There's a good chance maybe Cooper Kupp gets traded. Matthew Stafford was rumored in trades. There's a chance he might be gone as well. Also, shout out Justin Jefferson, by the way. 8 receptions for 115 yards. Second 100-yard game of the season. That was pretty clutch. Sam Darnold, 18 for 25, 240. But yeah, like I said, Matt Stafford was rumored in trades. Cooper Kupp was rumored in trades. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep them all from now. Because sitting at 3-4, they're right in the thick of it for the NFC West, which is an absolute shit shoot. The Cardinals in first place in the NFC West. Yeah. 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 I know. Trust me. That's pretty interesting to see and read. But yeah, big win for the Rams. They win 30-20. Kind of a shocking loss for the Vikings. This is a good one. Good one for the Rams. It's not a horrible loss for the Vikings. It's just one that sucks to lose. Big thing on that face. I remember now the face mask. Big thing not called because this was a 28-20 game with the Vikings did get the ball back with a chance to do something, but Sam Darnold got face mask in the end zone. They didn't call it, didn't say anything about it. Boom, game's over. That needs to be reviewed. Maybe not the face mask penalty itself being reviewed, but I don't get how them getting a safety is not reviewed as a scoring play. And if it is, they need to put a rule in there where they could be like, all right, this guy is clearly getting his head ripped off. That's a face mask. I know, obviously, that's going to be really hard to write into contact because it's a judgment call, but Jesus, man, when you see, dude, look, he was getting his neck ripped off, and Rush just, I thought it was clean. Shouts to the Rams, though. Big win for them. Their season's right back on track. They're in the thick of it. And for the Vikings, crazy that you're 5-2 and you're third in the NFC North. I mean, the NFC North is going to be tough. That's going to be a tough battle, boy. Okay, sorry about that. I had a text from one of my buddies. Just had to double-check some stuff, fantasy-wise. Gotta love being a good old commissioner, baby. But yeah, like I said, we're going to start burning through some games now to get it done really quickly. Because there's some games we need to talk about. Like Buffalo Bills, Seattle Seahawks, 31-10. Buffalo Bills just absolutely kicked their fucking ass. They just came in, absolutely kicked their ass. Seahawks weren't able to do anything. They had a snap go 500 feet over Geno Smith's head that just completely nuked a lot of, I think, who was it? Kenneth Walker's stats because he ends up losing like 20 or 30 yards on that. And then it was just a really, really bad game overall for Seahawks. It was raining. It was super disgusting out. They just played. That's almost a game where you just throw away the film and toss it. Because, they look, obviously you don't because you might be able to find some trends that the Bills were able to exploit from the Seahawks. But, overall, they were just out of the gate right. It was damn near like out of the gate, Buffalo just came out firing. It's like, okay, this game's over. So, it's just, like I said, the more of these, I'm so confused with the Seahawks team, man. They're 4-4. They're in the NFC West. They're right there in the thick of it as well. They really have a chance to somehow still win this division, even with some of these stinkers they put up. No DK Metcalf in this game as well. So, this is just one where you'd be like, face a better team that sucks, but now they play the Rams for going on a bye. That's going to be a huge game, and they got 49er Cardinals coming out, so they can get right back on track if they're able to put some stuff together here soon. We'll keep it going, though. Like I said, Broncos beat the Panthers 28-14. Deontay Johnson got traded to the Ravens. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the news section. Good for him, man, because, Panthers just stink, dude. Broncos cover for us. The weird one is Javonte Williams in this game. I don't know, running back-wise. He 17 for 44. Just weird, and he got no touchdowns. Just weird. Weird game for him. He got a season high in touches, but didn't get anything yards-wise. It was just a weird game for Javonte Williams. Big win for the Broncos over the Panthers, who, hey, Broncos over looking nice for us. Bo Nix looking pretty good as well. It's a good team overall, man. Game-wise, yeah, like I said, there's not too much to get into because it's the Panthers. They just beat their ass. The Panthers scored 7 points with 23 seconds left to go. It's a 28-7 game. Game wasn't close the whole time out, pretty much. So, yeah, I don't think we need to get to this too much more. Let's be honest. We'll jump into this was such a fun game. These games are going to be all out of order, by the way, just because I had some games saved because of score watching and vice versa in between stuff. Commanders 18, Bears 15. really, really tough game overall. Both teams played it really, really close. Jaden Daniels had some moments, but Bears able... I mean, it's one of those games where it's like, all right, Commanders feel like they should have won it the whole way. They just get to the red zone every time and just can't score. Get the red zone field goal. Get the red zone field goal. Get the red zone field goal. All of a sudden, you look back, it's like, how are the Bears winning? I had a fun little... shout out National Tight Ends Day, by the way, this weekend. I was able to hit a nice little 10 for $485 parlay. That was awesome. Was a Cole Kmet touchdown away from hitting another one in the 4 o'clock window. I was like, So I was watching this Bears game close for that. Roshan scores with 27 seconds left. I'll admit, something I should have never done. I will never do it again. Thankfully, I was able to catch it just in time, but your boy switched the game off. This was the last game on for the day. I'm like, all right, let me, I have to go sweep I have to sweep the stairs real quick. I'm going to start getting a quick dinner ready so we can be ready for the game. And for whatever reason, I just like, no joke. I just had, for whatever, like, there was an intuition. You call it what you want. I don't know. I was just like, well, just in case, let me turn this game on. Caught the end of the Terry McLaurin catch pretty much. So I'm watching the Hail Mary. Right sitting back there. I have the Commanders and Pickem. Did not bet them, actually. So I just am, really, there's really no really interest. It's just more of waiting to, like, literally it's one of those things where it's like, I'm just basically waiting for this play to get over. Be like, all right, come on. I want to go eat dinner. I want to go finish this up. Come on, let's get this play over with. And then it turned into a, oh, holy shit. And then all of a sudden, yeah, Commanders win 18 to 15 off a Hail Mary. Tyree Stevenson, I believe that's his first name, for the Bears, the DB. Yeah, tough look. That's all I got to say about that. That's a tough look. You hate to see it. Man, being a guy who had college in Chicago, knows a lot of Bears fans, friends with a lot of Bears fans. Man, bro. I thought I'll admit, I thought I had it rough because of the AR benching and all that stuff. And then I remember this game. It's like, it could be way worse, I guess. You're right. I mean, it's, man, that's a tough look for the Bears. Shout out to the Commanders. Big win for them. Awesome, awesome win. From a game that they should have won, then somehow lost to, oh, we won it again. Wild range of emotions for them. Next, we got the 49ers Cowboys Sunday night game. 49ers win 30-24. Cowboys rally back a little bit. I'll admit, your boy needs to go to bed a little bit earlier, I guess, some of these nights. Football is finally, it hasn't been like this all season these last few weeks. I think football is finally trying to catch its toll a little bit from getting up a little bit earlier some days. I think especially, you know what it was? It's probably the London games, honestly, the more I think about it. Last 2-3 weeks, man, your boy's been tired. So I fell asleep about, so there's 17-6 left. George Kittle scored his touchdown. And then I watched the Brock Purdy sneak. So with about 40 seconds left in the third quarter, that's when I think they scored. I was already, so they were up, what is that? 27-10 at this point? Yeah, 27-10. I'll admit, your boy was finally just like, all right, we're going to move to the bed. We're going to watch this from the bed. And I think about, oh, you know how that went. Woke up to Family Feud for the second Sunday in a row. Super late, but I ended up looking back, obviously watching some of the film. Cowboys rallied back a little bit. Oh, CeeDee Lamb, man. Boy went off. Man, Cowboys just a weird team, man. Can't run the ball for shit. Dalvin Cook looked great. Oh, wait. Oh, Zeke Elliott that looked... Well, maybe Rico Oh, he didn't play either. They can't run the fucking football, man. This is crazy. They just cannot run the football at all. I also just realized I wore my, shout out Ravens, wore my Ravens shirt. I wore it because of the trade, but also realized they, we'll talk about them in a minute. They lost pretty bad Sunday as well. But yeah, overall, this Cowboys team just kind of stinks. The game was pretty much all but over. I don't know why the 49ers let them back in it. That's the one part I couldn't pull away from film, so maybe I wasn't watching it too closely. Maybe it was more of just me focusing too hard on the Cowboys, but I don't know, man. Cowboys is just a weird team. I didn't think it's their year. I mean, I've talked about on this channel for 2 or 3 years now. I thought Dak was either going to get moved on from, or Mike McCarthy was going to get fired, or both, and they were going to restart fresh. And instead, they re-signed Dak. I think it's looking like Mark McCarthy's probably going to be the one that goes out. And even then, at this point, fuck it. Jerry might just keep them both. This Cowboy team has a lot of fixing to do. Zimmer's defense. I mean, I can't say that either, because DeMarcus Lawrence is out. Micah Parsons was out. Yeah, Cowboys just ain't the best of teams. Speaking of the Ravens, 24-29, they lose to the Browns. I'm not going to talk about the game itself, because the Browns just played good. I mean, basically what you pull away from this is, holy shit, if the Browns have a quarterback, they can be competitive. This is literally, oh, by the way, shout out Ravens. Of course, wore the shirt on a loss. Didn't mean to. I was saving it for a W. Had so many this year and didn't wear it then. Also, I forgot. Your boy's probably going to have to put on a fan here soon. It is 80 degrees in Indy. Or not, I guess I'm not. Technically, it is 80 degrees in Indianapolis, but your boy ain't in Indy. I'm just in Indiana. A little bit out away from Indy, but yeah, it's 81 outside. It is a little toasty in this room. I forgot about that. I was like, man, I'm kind of getting hot a little bit. What is going on? Then, oh, yeah, it's just, Indiana weather. Went from, I think, literally golfed on Friday, and we couldn't play the front nine because of frost. Because it was like 30-something degrees, and by the time we were done golfing, it's 54. This is on Saturday, and now it's Tuesday, and it's, 81 degrees out. That's Indiana for you. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, shout out David Njoku. Big game from him, obviously being their number one target. Great pickup in fantasy by me, by the way. Picked him up over Jake Ferguson, and I'll admit, dropped Mark Andrews and Jake Ferguson for him. Not bad. I do like him as well. The thing I want to talk about this game, this is literally, I think the Ravens did this shit last year, where they went into Cleveland. I think it damn near was almost an identical situation, where they're winning for majority of the game. It looks like they're going to win, and all of a sudden the Browns just score, and it's like, are the Browns actually going to win this? And yet again, like last year, I felt it way more this year than I did last year, because this year is like, holy shit, this is deja vu all over again. Shocker, I actually did bet on the Ravens again this time. I didn't learn my lesson. Last year, bet on the Ravens live, like, oh, they got this comeback, lost on, like, the final drive. This time, Kyle Hamilton drops a should-be game-winning, game-sealing interception, just absolutely drops it. Jameis Winston hits Cedric Tillman for a touchdown right after that. So all of a sudden, it's like, holy shit, Browns are going to beat him again. Baltimore gets the ball back, they're moving it a little bit. I'm like, maybe not then. And then it comes down to one final play. Lamar throws it like 40, 50 yards to the end zone. Maybe it's even closer. He's up to 30 maybe even. Incomplete pass. Browns win 29-24. Overall, though, like I said, this really felt like the game last year that the Ravens lost to the Browns, so I'm not going to chalk it up to much of anything. It's just division game. It got really, really weird, and the Ravens ended up losing it again. It's just, this is going to be a, you know what they say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. We ain't getting fooled a third time. We're going to remember this game for next year. If there's a lot of points like this again, we're probably going to consider the points, because, it's just weird how they did it again. Same thing, like you said, like as last year, where they go into Cleveland, they look like they're going to win it, and all of a sudden the Browns take it over. It's like, are Browns actually going to win it? And then I had that feeling where it's just like, you're watching, it's like, oh, holy shit, the Browns are going to win this, aren't they? And then you're still watching it. Even then, I knew it and still couldn't believe it. I'm like, they're going to win this, aren't they? And it's just still sitting there. It's like, there's no way the Ravens are going to lose this, right? And then sure enough, they do. So we got to give the Browns credit. They, just like that, obviously they don't have their season back on track. They can maybe fight for a wild card. They got a long climb to go, but this win, I think, is going to do a lot for their organization, hopefully in the future in the good. Especially when it comes to the Deshaun Watson situation, because this is the first game all year they scored over 20 points, and shocker, it's first game Deshaun Watson's out. We need to go a little bit quicker. Packers-Jaguars. Packers, 30 points. Jaguars, 27 points. Jaguars make a little bit of a rally late. Shout out Evan Ingram being the final leg. I had David Njoku, K. Dotton, Evan Ingram, anytime touchdown score. 3-legger, 10 for 485. Evan Ingram made your boy sweat to the final minute 54 of the game. Biggest thing, shout out Malik Willis, man. He had Jaden Reed on the sideline towards the end of the game. That set up the game-winning field goal for Brandon McManus against his former team. I think first Packers kicker ever to hit back-to-back game-winning field goals or have the opportunity. It's either that or this is the first time in Brandon McManus' career he's had a chance to have 2 game-winning field goals. Can't remember which, but I'll admit, Jaguars actually did a pretty good job of coming back. Right away, the Packers went up, what is that? 13-7, then it's 13-10. I thought I was going to think, Packers are going to run away. And all of a sudden, Jaguars are close. It's like, this is really going to be a game. Jordan Love gets hurt. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, holy fuck. Jaguars might actually have a chance to win this game. And I'll admit, hey, Malik Willis, LaFleur, he looks pretty nice. I give LaFleur all the flowers, that dude can coach a game, man. He can absolutely coach a game because, you saw when Malik Willis was out. Now they put him right back in there. They aren't missing a beat. It looked all good. He had an amazing, final drive where, like I said, he had Jaden Reed down the sideline, which was a huge play that led to the game-winning field goal. Is this it? Yeah, 51-yarder down the sideline because, it was – they get the ball back. It's a minute 48 left. The game is tied. And, like I said, this first play, 51 yards down the sideline to the Jacksonville 15. It was immediately they get the ball back, run for 4 yards. Basically, it's Jaden Reed. And then it's like, oh, this game's over. Sweet. So, shout out to Packers. That was an awesome win. Apparently, sounds like Jordan Love's avoided a major injury. I can't remember what they came out and said. We're going to hopefully find that again in the news section. But, yeah, all eyes, big win for the Packers. All eyes are on Jordan Love. And if he's okay. And as for the Jaguars, all eyes are on Doug Peterson and the coaching situation. Because at this point, every loss that seat can only get hotter and more and more hot. The rest of their schedule now, Eagles probably lost. Vikings probably lost. Lions probably lost. Get a bye. Texans probably lost. Titans, I'll give them that one. They can maybe do that. Jets, maybe. Raiders. Man, did they already play the Colts? Oh. Oh, Colts' final game of the year this year. Okay. Yeah. I don't think they're going to win more than, at this point, 6 games. Which is really, for me and the people who follow this show, we've talked about it. Your boy not surprised. I thought the Jaguars would do this. I'll admit, I didn't think they'd look this horrible. But they've had some flashes that made them look a lot better than they've been playing. But yeah, I knew they were going to be pretty bad, but I didn't think they were going to be this bad. They've had some truly like, oh, this team looks fucking horrible moments, like the old Jaguars of old. This game, Lions 52, Titans 14. If you took the Lions, if you took the Titans, come on, man. Jared Goff, stat line of the day, 12 for 15, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns. 52-14. Lions just did whatever they wanted. Titans are truly bad. They fired Vrabel, and somehow their coaching has just gotten worse and worse and worse. They seem to be more and more undisciplined. Now they're giving up special teams plays. The defense doesn't look really good. Lombardi brings up this game all the time. Malik Willis, he took the Chiefs, Malik Willis and Mike Vrabel took the Chiefs into overtime. And I believe that's the game, but whatever game it was where Vrabel's a great coach. That's the best way to put it, and I'm still can't believe the Lions got rid of him. The Titans. Still can't believe that. Shout out to the Lions, huge win for them. Zadarius Smith, I'm going to hopefully be writing an article about this over the next 2 days. Don't be shocked if he ends up there. They need a pass rusher. For sure in the market for a pass rusher, and that seems to be the biggest name that I'm hearing a lot of links to. But shout out Monty and Gibbs, big rushing games for them. Got a lot of boys in NBA jams this week, so I got boys, we got to lock it in, man. We got a lot of NBA jams to do. Falcons win 31-26 over the Buccaneers. This was honestly just another fun battle between these two teams. It just seems to be... Man, they just seem to put up bangers whenever they play each other. Shout out K. Dalton for 2 touchdowns on National Tight End Day. The biggest part about this game was the Kyle Pitts moment where, yet again, I do not get why this is a big deal in the NFL. Just carry the ball across the fucking end zone. I don't get why. Why can't you drop it after you get in the end zone, 5 yards deep? I don't know why people are so fascinated with, I have to drop the ball the second I cross the end zone or it's not cool. I don't get that, because we had another scare where this touchdown should have been called back. I personally thought it was going to be called back. It wasn't. They give it to Kyle Pitts anyway. Shout out to him because, like I said, 2 touchdown day. That's an awesome day, but you got to be careful, boy. And, man, it's just crazy because it's one of those mistakes where it's like, why even put the ball out here for a defender to come by and smack it? You can't, like I said, I'm not giving too much shit, though, because they won the game. He scored 2 touchdowns, had an amazing day. Our boy, Drake London, let us down a little bit. Finally had a stinker game. 4 for 34. Just missing some of our props for us, so that hurt. Jets, 22-25. They basically lost to the Patriots on 4th and goal with 25 seconds left. Speaking of another team, ever since they fired Saleh, they've been pretty unorganized, pretty bad. They gave up a huge return in special teams. Defense has not been nearly as tight as it was before. When I'm talking about making mistake-wise tight, not hanging out with each other tight. Greg Zuerlein cost them another game with another missed kick. At this point, I don't know how he still has a job on the team. Dude has just consistently missed a lot of kicks at this point now where it's like, all right, either you guys just don't even care anymore or whatever. But shout out to the Patriots, big win for them. Both them and the Jets now 2-6. So yeah, it's to the point now we really don't even need to talk about these teams really anymore. The Jets, I don't see a world where the Jets make the playoffs. They have to win probably... They have to win. They basically have to win every game here on out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Yeah. Their season's probably over, which same old Jets, huh? It's really sad, man. There was a lot of promise to them. They just obviously, their issues fall a lot deeper than just the players they got in their team. They got a whole organization thing to fix. Cardinals. Cardiac Cardinals. Do it again. Danny and Pickem. Another game. Second, third, fourth, fifth. I don't know how many weeks in a row it is now where I had 6 on the Dolphins. Danny had 14 on the Cardinals. If I win that game and Pickem, so much closer to him. We look so much better. Instead, he gets that game. I only lose. He gets me by 6 points this week instead of me getting him by like 26-30. Fuck, man. I don't get how the Dolphins really blew this. I'd say it basically all turned around when there was a fumble at the end zone for safety, which there's like 3 or 4 of those on Sunday. I don't know what the theme of that was. Falcons had one. These guys had one. I forget the third team. We might be bringing them up here soon if I come across them. But I really cannot tell you how I can't tell you how the Cardinals won this game. I'm still trying to figure it out. It's basically they just hung around. Dolphins felt like they should have ran away with this. They played really good, and then they just lose the game. I really do not have an explanation for you on how the Dolphins lost that game. It felt like they did everything right to win it, and I don't know. I do agree with some of the stuff I've heard about their red zone offense, where why are we running goal line fades Tyreek Hill? That one, I won't lie. That one we can just throw that shit out. I don't think I need to explain myself. A fade ball to Tyreek Hill. Just throw that shit out the playbook. Shout out to Cardinals. Like that, another game-winning field goal. Funny how Chad Ryland goes from the guy that got the Patriots Drake made, and now he's making all these game-winning kicks. Just shows you how truly wild of a world kicking can be. Because, yeah, like I said, one week he's the Patriots' worst news, and the Patriots hate him, and now next week he's winning games for the Arizona Cardinals, who are now first in the NFC West. Yeah, that team. Of course, everything just misclick one thing. I just had 15 pop-ups. Give me a second. We talked about the Bills. Saints 26-8 loss to the Chargers. Biggest part about this game was we got a good Chargers got a good culture over there. I'm excited to see what more they put forward on film and everything. There's a moment in the game where who was it? Justin Herbert. Why the hell was I blanking on his name? There's a moment where Justin Herbert got sacked by one of the Saints players. I'll admit, this looked dirty as shit, dog. Like, I was kind of looking at it like, man, what is he doing, dude? Like, so this player basically, like, goes to gator roll Justin Herbert. He's kind of down, and he's like, it's one of those, I almost want to kind of pull up the video again because that was just insane. Basically, so Justin Herbert's going back there to pass, and he gets sacked. While he's getting sacked, so this lineman, the lineman wraps him up. I'll try to describe this play the best I can. Let me turn down the sound real quick so I don't get copyright or anything. So this is how the play goes. So the lineman, as of right now, so I'm going to pause the video right here, the startup. Lineman has him wrapped. So after, I'll let you know when I start the video again. So just keep the timer in your head. So the lineman has him wrapped up as of now. Videos continue to play. Still wrapped up. Gator roll, 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 and then he gets hit by the lineman. So there's a whole 6-7 seconds where Herbert's still standing there, he's still standing in the pocket. I get the guy has him. Throw away, ball's away. Guy then, one more twist. So this one is what gets Herbert on the ground now. So Herbert's on the ground, ball's clearly away now. And the guy still is like twisting. Chargers lineman absolutely just comes over and runs him over. As a guy who's a defensive lineman too, I was seeing this like, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, it literally looked like Buddy was trying to rip off Herbert's leg and just contort that thing, snap the ligaments. I don't know what he was doing. Like I said, in all seriousness, so I genuinely do not know what this player's deal was with. He should have let go ages ago. I'm surprised. Officials, I'm glad the way the officials handled this. Center just absolutely drills the guy. They do offsetting fouls. Play just goes on. I think they let the play stand. I can't remember if they redid it or not, but offsetting fouls, which I thought was a great call because, yeah, I mean, dude literally just. I don't get why he was wrapping up his leg for so long. That was my biggest takeaway, honestly, from the game is that Chargers culture is going to be okay because, like I said, the center was doing that, got his guys back. And then Justin Herbert, we're seeing Justin Herbert, he's getting a little chirpy out there. He's starting to talk a little bit. Harbaugh's starting to, I think you're starting to see the Chargers themselves as a team. I mean, Ladd McConkey, shout out, boy. We have his future for receiving touchdowns. I think he only has like 4. So, I mean, that's not one that's going to be like, we go, excuse me, we got it, baby. But, I'm excited. This Chargers team's going to be really good, like I said. I really like what I'm seeing out of them. So, yeah, he's at 4 touchdowns in the year. We bet him to have 10 at, like, plus 1,300 or plus 900, whatever it was. That's a long way away. I don't think we're going to hit that one. By the way, still waiting for the books to cash out my James Cook one that we hit 2 weeks ago. And guess what? It hit again. He scored another touchdown, so now it's officially official. Shout out that boy James Cook, man. I'm excited to go back over NFL futures because I'll admit, I wasn't able to get, I think, all of them in this year. So, like, there's a few I have written down on my sheet that might have already won or that are winners that I think I bet every future except for, like, 5 to 8 exactly. And, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go back over those because, I mean, we're halfway through the point. College ones are looking, got some college ones looking nice, got some NFL ones looking nice. Man. College football, man, I can't wait to talk about that. We'll get to that here soon. Man, it's crazy there's only a month left in that league. Moving on, or in the season for the league. Moving on, Chiefs 27, Raiders 20. Another field goal fest with a late passing touchdown. Wait. Gardner Minshew pass left complete. George Karlaftis catch made, but I guess they're adding in now when the guy gets hit and he throws. That's pretty cool if that's the case. But yeah, I don't think this game was ever in doubt. Chiefs were up 14 at one point. Basically, yeah, the Chiefs were up 17-7 at one point. Then it was 17-10. It was 17-13. I mean, it was literally one of those games where the Raiders' offense was like almost doing nothing. There was moments where you're like, will the Raiders do it? But overall, I think it was pretty safe to say, like, okay, the Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs are going to win this one. I mean, they didn't cover, which that's not too shocking at least, but man, brother. Raiders are just a tough situation in general, man. They're definitely a team that needs a quarterback. Alexander Madison, 14 rushes, 15 yards. I mean, they're playing a great defense, but still. Travis Kelce, 10 for 90 and a touchdown. Welcome back. First score of the year, Travis Kelce. Yeah, great win for the Chiefs. Not too much to go over there. Monday Night Football, Steelers 26, Giants 18. Another game that, where did I... So I watched the punt return for a touchdown. This is another one. I'll admit, back-to-back, this is the first time ever in my lifetime. I'm only 25 years old. So, I mean, I've been watching football, obviously for a long time. But I would say where I actually, like, watching it's probably been close to 9 full years now. This is like the 10th 9 full years going on to 10. First time I've ever fallen asleep for back-to-back night games. This one just had me. I won't lie. I had to wake up a little bit early, do some stuff, but man, your boy just could not stay awake for this one. Steelers did them right. Overall, though, like I said, I fell asleep about fourth quarter, though, so I only missed the fourth quarter, so I missed the Tyrone Tracy run, which sucked because watching the highlights of that, I was like, oh, that was awesome. I missed the 20-yard pass to Calvin Austin. Yeah. Overall, though, I think I got for most part of this game. Penalties very, very early. Very ugly game to start. 9-9 going into half. A lot of penalties, mainly on the Giants. I mean, this game been about... How would you expect a Steelers-Giants game to go this year? That's about how it went. But yeah, overall, there's not too much to go in this game. Steelers just dominated. Tied it that close to another Steelers special. I mean, like I said, all these touchdowns got called back. But another Steelers special where... Steelers team wins the first half. Steelers win the game. Man, we gave out the Steelers to I think what was it to have win over 9-8. I think the win total was 8.5. Them hitting their bye now. This went about as perfect as it could have gone. I think we talked about it earlier in the season. I mean, their only losses were to the Colts and the Cowboys. I mean, looking ahead, Commanders, that's going to be a tough one. Ravens, tough one. Browns, tough one. Bengals, tough one. Tough one. Eagles, tough one. Ravens, tough one. Chiefs, tough one. Woo! Those Bengals. But the nice part is, like I said, they haven't played any division games yet. Only team to not play a single division game. They have all their division games in the second. This is crazy. I still don't get how they did that. But nice part is, hey, they split all their division games. We hit our over. Nothing to stress about. This was awesome job by the Steelers, man. And yet again, Mike Tomlin, he does it again. But yeah, that's going to do it for all the games. No teams on bye this week, so let's quickly go over some news, see if we missed it. I brought it up. Who was that boy? Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson traded to the Ravens for a 5th rounder, I think, and a 6th complimentary. Panthers will receive a 5th rounder in exchange for Johnson and a 6th. So basically, Ravens gave up nothing. He's going to be a great add for them. Man, it just sucks for Zay Flowers, who... I'm assuming he's going to take... Aguilar spot. But yeah, it'll be probably Zay, Rashad Bateman, just between Zay, Rashad Bateman, Deontay Johnson. I'm assuming Zay is going to stay the number one. And then I don't know what they're going to do out from there between the other three. But that's... Dude, Ravens... I tell you what, Ravens about have all they need to play against the Chiefs. Now they just need to get ready, get that shit ready. Let's see, maybe upgrade the defense some. Even then, they have a pretty good... I mean, shit. I'm going to be excited, man. This Ravens team's starting to build for playoff run. It's going to be a fun little NFL playoffs, it seems like. Tyron Tracy's under concussion protocol. They'll probably put him out for this week, but he should be back next week, assuming that it's nothing serious. Apparently, Brian Burns said the Giants need to grow up after another loss. I feel bad for that dude, man. Goes from the Panthers to the Giants. I mean, that's literally... It ain't much of an upgrade. That's like upgrading from the projects to the hood. It's like... Is that even an upgrade? I mean, horrible, man. Horrible. I just feel bad for the guy. Such a great... always feel bad for great players who get stuck on bad teams. Just because... just a little bit personally, I mean... I was thankfully never on, like, horrendous teams. I would say maybe at worst my middle school football team might have been we won 3 games in, like, 2 years. Not the best. We were horrible. That was probably the most horrendous team I've ever been on. I've never won a national championship. I never won a state title in high school. Obviously, that part sucked, I'll admit. But I thankfully can say I've never been on a team where it's like, man, we just know our season's over, basically. It's from the get-go. You lose, or like 2 or 3 games in, it's like, we're fucked. Our season's over. I thankfully was never on a team like that for most of my life on any sport I played. Because, man, I couldn't imagine the feeling, dude. Like, it just has to be soul-crushing if you're the Giants, just going into every single week. Just obviously, they're NFL players, different mindsets and all that, but you just know, like, no matter what you do in the back of your mind, there's something going, we're fucked, buddy. We're fucked, buddy. It has to be horrible. It has to be horrible, man. But yeah, at the beginning of the year, though, everyone has a chance, obviously, but man, that shit goes out. That shit goes out the window pretty quick in the NFL. 49ers plan to open up the IR window for McCaffrey next week, which I believe is their bye. I don't know if they play this week or not, but basically he should be returning, I believe, in like 2 to 3 weeks. So it's going to be awesome for them. They could really use him back, especially with all the injuries they're dealing with. Carr is probably returning next week for the Saints. If he doesn't, it'll be the week after, damn near for sure. Peyton on accusation of running up score versus Panthers, play better. I 100% agree. But at the same time, too, like, people are... Is it running up the scores? Hey, let's give our quarterback extra reps in game situation. Obviously, I think that's more of the reason I looked at it. I didn't think of it as more of a running of the score aspect. I looked at it more as hey, let's give Bo some free... Because I'm pretty sure he was still in the game at this point. He still was, I'm pretty sure. But it's like, hey, let's give Bo more and more and more reps. Like, what a perfect time. Hey, it's garbage time. They expect us to run the ball. You're going to get some free windows. Have some free passes, kid. Get some extra work in there. Get some extra stats. Get some extra numbers. But I think overall, nothing wrong with it. Especially because, like I said, rookie quarterback, want to give him some reps. Jordan Love avoided a major injury with his groin. Expected to improve through the week and continue to be evaluated. I would not be shocked if he's out this week. Probably look for him to come back next week then, which would be awesome for them because, yeah, I thought it was going to be bad. Owusu Koromoa is out of the hospital after suffering a neck injury after hitting Derrick Henry. The Patriots are trading Josh Uche to the Chiefs. Of course, they get another great pass rusher. That just improves an already great defense. Damn it, man. The Chiefs are going to be really good, aren't they? Samuel, we don't need to talk about that. Somebody from the Patriots said that Aaron Rodgers definitely doesn't look the same. Makes sense. He's 40 coming off an Achilles injury. Oh, that's funny. Apparently, I actually wanted to see Sean Payton confronted J.C. Horn. Oh, so apparently, that's kind of interesting. J.C. Horn confronted Sean Payton at the end of the game. There we go. I coached his father, shows Joe, and back at him. Peyton explained, I don't know what the exchange was, but his father, I enjoyed coaching. I enjoyed him. He was frustrated. I think he was yelling at one of our other players. I like him. I think he's a good player. I love as much as I love Sean Payton. Sometimes I don't like his antics he does all the time, but man, shout out Sean Payton, man. I totally forgot he did coach his dad. That's probably his funny. He's like, all right, go cry to your pops. Go cry to your pops, man. Yeah, that's probably going to do it for NFL. We'll talk a little bit. By the way, Rico Dowdle being scratched late for the Cowboys, that was an interesting move. I don't know what that meant. But we'll go over a little bit more. Like I said, after today, yeah. Look for me to probably be doing a solo college episode here within probably the next week or two because, man, we're just now touching college and we're about 38 to, I actually don't even know. There's a few pauses in here. We're probably actually like 45 minutes in at this point. Sheesh. Yeah, we can quickly, division standings, we don't really need to go over. We did that last week, so we'll do it next week because not much has changed, basically. Going into the week 9, sorry, I'm trying to talk really loud because I have to move this plastic bag under my desk that's apparently right by my feet. I apologize for that, but going to week 9, we'll read through some scores real quick. Starting off the week with Florida International, Sam Houston, 10-7. But yeah, like I said, we aren't going to read through every score. Shout out Kennesaw State getting the first win, I think, in their first FBS win. When did they move up to SBS? I can't. So Kennesaw State also picked up its first win against Division I team since topping FCS member in 2022. Wow. That is crazy. That's just a bad game for Liberty to lose. I didn't watch it, so I don't know what game-wise what they did. But shout out to Kennesaw State, man, for real. I mean, that's it. Matt, that's like an all-time program win for them. That is truly awesome. That basically killed... That for sure killed, what's their name, Liberty season probably. I'm trying to find this video. They have a video of fans storming the field, but can't wait to watch that here in a minute. Man, shout out Kennesaw for real. Shout out. That is awesome. Awesome win for them. They're only 1-6, obviously. Their season, they don't have much to play for, but shout out to them, man. That's why we love college football. Shout out to Jacksonville State, baby. Another one. Another cover. I don't know if we'll be taking them this week against Liberty, though. I'll admit that. Pitt absolutely destroys Syracuse. Pitt might be legit. We're going to have to keep an eye on them. I'm shocked that AP poll hasn't... We don't need to get in the AP poll. We don't got time for that today. Boise State, 29-24 win over UNLV. Big win for them. Notre Dame destroys Navy. North Carolina destroys Virginia. Ohio State almost lost to Nebraska. Nebraska scored a touchdown late. Had the lead with 10:47 left in the fourth. Ended up not winning that, though. No, Ohio State pulls away. Indiana, the wagon. They continue to just be a wagon. And they absolutely just blew out Washington 31-17. IU, man, that's truly special. I forget who it is. Shout out to... forget who it was on X, but they posted a video of IU's first game of the season, what the stands looked like versus what they looked like for Washington, and shout out Kurt Signetti, man, for real. Talk about flipping a culture around. Memphis barely beats Charlotte. That sucks for us. Ole Miss beats Oklahoma. Not too shocking there. Arkansas destroys Mississippi State. They just look worse and worse every single week. Miami of Ohio, 46-7. Huge win for our MAC. I think it's pretty much just between, I forget who, Toledo, Miami, Ohio's second in the MAC. I forget, I think it's Toledo might be in front of them, so that's, actually, they might not. We'll look that up in a minute. All right, fuck it. We'll look it up right now. Who's the leader of the MAC? Western Michigan. Oh. Okay. I actually did. Oh, Toledo's way worse than I thought. I didn't realize how bad their conference record was. Oops. Anyway, moving on, though. Illinois. 38-9 loss to Oregon. Not too shocking there. Oregon looks legit, man. I don't know if they're going to lose a game this year at this point. Jesus. Minnesota, big win. 48-23 win over Maryland. Oklahoma State, close 10-point loss to Baylor. I don't know why I brought that game up. BYU, 37-24 win over UCF. Big win for BYU. Nice win for us. This game was never in doubt. There was a 14-point scored in the fourth quarter. Before that, it was pretty much, 34-10 going into the fourth before they scored a little bit. Make it look a little bit closer than it actually was. But yeah, BYU looks legit, man. Ball State, game-winning field goal over NIU. Still can't believe Notre Dame lost to them boys. Bad one. Cade McNamara gets benched when it's 12-7.5. Iowa wins 40-14. Shout out to Iowa. Big win over Northwestern. About time they benched Cade as well. Alabama 34-0 win over Missouri. I mean, Missouri basically had nobody. TCU. The comeback kids, man. Come back from score two. Oh, two. Count on 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to make a comeback there. Big win for us for Colorado in that Colorado Futures with the TCU win over Texas Tech there. Cal destroys Oregon State. Vanderbilt loses by 3 to Texas. Awesome cover there for us. Miami, Florida, 36-14 over Florida State. Florida State, man, they look bad. They look horrible. They really stink. They are pretty bad. If you go from 13-0 to what they're going, it's like, holy mama. This is, I know it's a different roster. I know it's different guys, but holy hell is this. I don't even have the words to describe how bad it is, man. Penn State, 28-13 win over Wisconsin. Going to be excited to watch the Ohio State game next week versus Penn State. Should be a fun one. Michigan, 24-17 win over Michigan State. Big win for Michigan there because they really needed that win to go bowling. They're 5-3 now with the rest of their schedule looking like Oregon, Indiana, Northwestern, Ohio State. I think they go 3. I think they win one of those games, that being Northwestern. I don't see them beating Oregon. Don't see them beating Indiana. Ohio State, they shouldn't lose to Ohio State, but wouldn't it be funny if Ohio State lost to Michigan? We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Shout out my boy Rowan, man. Tough loss for him here. Texas A&M, 38-23 win over LSU. I wish I got eyes on this game because, man, ever since they lost to Notre Dame, I've been keeping my distance from Texas A&M. I see them down there in the South. You know, I've seen some of the wins being like, oh, looking at cases, like, oh, plus 700 to win the SEC. Oh, plus, now it's like, look last week or yesterday, sorry, it's plus 460 win the SEC. Oh, that's not bad. I understand it. Let me check their schedule out real quick. Oh, Texas A&M, they play South Carolina. Oh, okay. New Mexico. Oh, okay. Auburn. Oh, shit. And then Texas. So last game of the year is against Texas. Don't forget, people. By the way, Texas A&M first in the SEC. If we look at the SEC standings, I believe all the teams have a loss. I want to say except for Texas A&M. I think there's maybe one other team that's just I'm spacing in my mind, but no, I'm sorry, this app's being really stupid. I literally cannot. God damn, dude. All right, I'm really sorry. I have to click a certain amount of buttons very specifically because if I don't, then it doesn't register my clicking, and I accidentally clicked the Sunbelt instead of. Oh, I see what it's doing now. Okay, so we're looking at the SEC. Like I said, Texas A&M, only team. Yeah, they're the only undefeated team in conference. Only undefeated team in conference. So they, as of right now, Texas A&M. Automatically in the title game. So as of right now, we already have a 50-50 shot of hitting the bet. I know that's not how odds work. I'm aware. But the way we're going to look at it, hey, if they don't lose a game the rest of the season, which realistically, if you look at their schedule, there's one game they should lose the rest of the way out. Maybe Texas, if even then. This team got a good shot to make the title game. I'm excited, man. SEC coming down to the wire, going to be a good one. Is there any other games we really need to talk about? I think we hit most of them. Let's see. West Virginia, shout out to them for beating Arizona, finally getting a win back on the board. Kentucky loses 24-10 to Auburn. I mean, man, stinky. SMU, big win against Duke. Duke goes for 2 to win it. Not able to get it. SMU hangs on the win by 1. Kansas State, another team hung on. They're able to win 29-27. Scored 6 points in the fourth quarter. Shut out Kansas to get the win there. Shout out my boy Rowan, Colorado. 34-23 win over Cincinnati. They're going bowling. Big bye week for Colorado. Man, that's all the games, man. A lot of fun. Like I said, we're going to talk about the top 25 because we're just going to go straight to it because this leads into a lot of what I want to talk about. AP top 25. Oregon still at 1. So there's no change 1 through 4. I don't believe. Yeah, there's no change 1 through 4. Miami's 5 now. Texas 6. There's a flip there. Tennessee still stays at 7. Notre Dame 8, BYU 9, Texas A&M 10, rounds out the top 10. Then you got Clemson, Iowa State, Indiana 13, Alabama, Boise State, LSU, Kansas State, Pittsburgh, Ole Miss, SMU rounding out the top 20. Then you got Army 21, Washington State 22, Colorado 23, Illinois 24, Missouri 25. How Missouri's still in there after losing 34-0. Impressive, boys. I don't know how you guys managed to stay in there, but good shit. If you look at, there's no way. Coach them with 23. What the hell? Oh, coaches don't even have Colorado ranked, though. That's not shocking. Anyway, though, so we can't look at the college football playoff yet either. That stinks. At least on this app. But, yeah. Colorado making their first rank like they're bowling. I think we can just talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about college football playoffs and Heisman real quick to end it. Really long today, like I said. We're going to slowly... we're going to eventually have a second or 3 episodes a week where one's college football, one's NFL, and then we got the picks episode portion of it because off-season wise, we'll probably combine them all into one because topics get very stretched out. But off-season wise, there's a lot we can talk about. I mean, in-season wise, there's a lot where we can start separating episodes. So for real, be on the lookout for that. I'm about to have 3 episodes here soon because there's just too much to talk about. Let's go, baby. Travis Hunter. Your leader in the Heisman category over Dylan Gabriel, Cam Ward's 3, Ashton Genty's 4, Cade Klubnik is number 5. If you remember, Bryson Daly is at plus 600 for Army now. He's at plus 6,000. He was plus 8,000 last week. That's the guy I said might get to New York. Shadur Sanders plus 5,000. He was, I don't think he changed actually. Let's be real. I think he's plus 6,000 if anything. Drew Aller moved up a little bit. Quinn Ewers dropped back to plus 8,000. That was a horrible one I gave out. I can't believe I even talked myself into Quinn Ewers. But I think, so what did we say last week? Who did we say? So I said my locks to make it were Cam Ward, Ashton Genty, and Travis Hunter. Cam Ward's still there. Ashton Genty's still there. As of right now. I mean, Ashton Genty had an average game. He had 33 carries, 138 yards, and 1 touchdown. Shout out to UNLV being the first team who actually tried to, almost go out of their way to be like, all right, we're just taking him out of the game. He can't take over, and he still dropped 138 yards on him and 33 carries. But we bet Travis Hunter, I think it's at plus 3,000 and plus 2,500 to win the Heisman. So, and I've brought this up, I think, the past 3 to 4 weeks now. Man, boy. Let's see. I just want to tell you my cash out, because I won't lie to you. I put sprinkles on these futures because I like widening my net. So I won't lie to you. There's a lot of futures normally where I'll throw 40, 50, 60, 70. I haven't thrown 100 yet in the future. I haven't got that ballsy yet, but there's future. I lie. I'm thinking about the Washington Commanders over. It's like, shit, I might have actually thrown 100 on that. I need to double check. I can't remember, but I usually like to sprinkle around 10 to 20. That's what I like for futures, especially some of these long shot ones. If it's plus 100, it's like, all right, I might throw a little bit more on that. But we're talking 2,500 plus 33,000. Yeah, right now it's 15 to win 390. My cash out for Travis Hunter was on Saturday. I could maybe cash out $20. It's the same number. I can now cash out 109. 2,500. It's basically lost 1,000 odds. It's gone from 2,500. He was plus 250 on Monday, and from Monday he's gone from plus 250 to 200. If you're watching this late in the show, actually, I'll bring it up. From 8:45 Eastern to 10:15 Eastern a.m. Best time to get Heisman odds. I've had a lot of lines move in my favor when I bet Heisman odds around then. So little chef's kiss for you little boys out there if you're still watching, and girls, because yeah, that. Not too bad. Another future I'm really excited about. Boise State to make the playoffs. We bet that plus 200. Gave it out in Rowan's show. Did a little deep dive. They're -1 voted now. So, that is awesome. But yeah, we're still talking Heisman. We aren't talking college football playoffs. I just want to bring that up because it's right there. My lock 3 to make it. I think we're still going to go. So, Heisman to make it. So, we'll go Heisman, NY lock real quick. So, we're going to go Hunter. Because I think at this point, Hunter's a lock to at least make it to New York. Because, dude sat out for 2 games, comes back in a game, has 100 and, what was that? I think 150 yards. Or was that him, or am I thinking of Puka? But, so, yeah, I'll just read you out a stat line real quick. So I forgot I can't read stat lines for Travis Hunter because they don't even know how to calculate his stats on this thing. But last game, Travis Hunter, 9 for 153 and 2, and this was after missing the last 2 games. He was in and out of the last 2 games because of injury. He comes back, has 953 and 2, and just like that, he had 4 pass deflections as well. And just like that, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, Heisman favorite. Give it to him! No, I'm really happy about the way these odds move. He's been fun to watch. He's been super fun. At this point, him or Shadur should for sure be a Heisman candidate for this team, so I'm going to lock one of those 2 guys in. I still think Genty makes it. I think it would be horrible not to let him at least go to New York. I think he for sure damn near deserves it. Cam Ward, I think we're going to keep on there. If Miami keeps winning, we're going to keep Cam Ward up there. I'm going to give you 4 or 5 names this week. Dylan Gabriel has to be on there just because how good Oregon's playing. I think he's damn near going to be a lock, I want to say, to make New York at this point, especially if Oregon stays undefeated. And then for the 5th guy, as of right now, they got Cade Klubnik. No. Drew Aller, maybe not. You know what? Give me Bryson Daly. Plus 6,000. I think that if Army continues to be this good, I would think that, I feel like, I don't know how true this is, obviously, but I feel like at least with one of those Heisman, if you know somebody's not going to make, like, for example, a Garrett Nussmeier, if he makes it, I guess he could, yeah. Curtis Rourke, I'm actually going to throw, Curtis Rourke's not a bad one as well. So Bryson Daly / Curtis Rourke, we'll do that. Because I totally forgot about Curtis Rourke. But, like, for example, if Curtis Rourke makes it, I don't know if he's actually going to win the Heisman, but he might be a cool guy with, like, hey, Indiana had an amazing year. He played really well for Indiana. Let's at least send him to New York to get, like, recognized that, hey, this guy had Heisman numbers, could have been a Heisman, but he's not going to win it. That's kind of what I see. That's what I'm going to use my 5th spot for, personally for me. So I have that as Bryson Daly or Curtis Rourke right now. But, yeah, Travis Hunter odds, those are looking pretty fucking nice right now. I ain't going to lie. Those are looking pretty nice. But moving on, we're going to finish with today with the college football playoffs. We'll probably talk conference winners. We might bring up conference winners next week because there's a few that are in doubt, like Big Ten, for example. Has some names. Miami of ACC. But there's some other ones like that are already like in lock. So I don't know. We'll touch on it a little bit, I guess. Sun Belt, you got Louisiana plus 230, Texas State plus 350, Old Dominion plus 600. That's kind of what you're looking at there. Mountain West, Boise State minus 280. Then you got UNLV plus 310, Fresno plus 12. Basically, it's UNLV or Boise State, it seems like there. Maxton, you got Bowling Green plus 200. Miami of Ohio plus 300. Gave them out a plus 900 a little bit. I got like 2-3 weeks ago. You got Western Michigan plus 300. Ohio plus 550. Conference USA, Western Kentucky plus 125. Jacksonville State plus 200. Liberty plus 350. Sam Houston State plus 750. Oh, man. So this game tomorrow between Jacksonville State and Liberty is going to be a huge one. I might sprinkle Jacksonville State just because if Jacksonville State wins tomorrow, their conference odds are going to skyrocket, especially if they beat Liberty. AAC, American Athletic, got Tulane and Army tied at plus 160, Navy at plus 300. I'm going to take an Army here. Give me an Army, baby. They've been good to us this year. Let's let them get a division title. Let's let him get a conference title. Let me rephrase that. Georgia plus 165, Texas plus 250. Texas A&M plus 460 where I'm actually at right now. Because, like I said, Georgia already has that loss. Texas already has that loss. Either one of those teams lose, they probably aren't making it to the SEC title game. I don't see any team with for sure 3 losses make it to the SEC title game. With 2, it's like, I don't know, man. Because especially with some of these schedules teams got. So, give me Texas A&M there plus 460. I think they have a chance to at least make the title game, maybe win it. Big 12, Iowa State plus 165, BYU plus 250, Kansas State plus 320, Colorado plus 500. You boys got Colorado. We got futures on Colorado. Iowa State and BYU are the 2 teams I'm going to watch for. I think Kansas State, I won't be shocked if they lose again this season, but it's looking like it's between those 4. But if I had to pick for me in order, man, I don't know. I'm pretty biased on Colorado, but BYU, Iowa State. If I wasn't biased on Colorado, BYU, Iowa State would be my favorites. Big 10, you got Oregon plus 110, Ohio State plus 160, Penn State plus 440, and you got Indiana plus 1,400. I took Indiana just for the simple fact they're undefeated. They just had to play Ohio State. Yeah, Ohio State plays Penn State this weekend. That's going to be an interesting one. That's going to jumble up the odds a lot. So if you like either one of those teams, I'd bet it now. Especially if you like Penn State, I'd bet that now because Penn State wins. That's going to shoot up if they lose. I bet if Penn State loses, them and Indiana might flip a little bit. Indiana's probably going to go to like plus 8, plus 700. Penn State probably will drop to like plus 600, something like that. Well, I mean, if you don't, it's Oregon or bust right now in the Big Ten the way they're looking. But if you want to, it's Oregon hedge in my situation. So I'm going to sprinkle Oregon. Sorry, bet Oregon. Hedge/sprinkle with Indiana. And then the ACC, you got Miami plus 110, Clemson plus 135, SMU plus 600. I like SMU for the odds at plus 600, especially because I think Miami and Clemson play each other, and I don't think SMU plays either. But past that, ACC is a crapshoot. I'm going to stay away from that. College football playoff-wise, I mean, we are going to talk about teams like Oregon are minus 3,500. So if you're looking for those, I mean, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, Miami of Florida, Penn State, Clemson are all minus one, or Tennessee are all minus 190 or above. Then you got Notre Dame minus 170, Boise State minus 140, Iowa State minus 140, Alabama minus 110, Indiana up to plus 100. They were just plus 210 last week. Texas A&M plus 100, Kansas State plus 160, Ole Miss plus 190, SMU plus 200, BYU plus 135, LSU plus 220. Then you got Pitt, Colorado plus 500, then Army at plus 800. Not going to go any lower than that, but man, that's like 15 teams. Oh, wait, let me recount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. That is 22 teams I just said that with plus 800 or better to make the college football playoffs. I mean, I just bet Colorado 2 to 3 weeks ago. I was 17 to 1, and now they're 8 to 1. I mean, a lot of these, Indiana just a few weeks ago was like 300 to 1. Now they're plus 100. I mean, there's a lot of these teams who truly are going to make it, obviously. And then, I mean, there's 22 teams, 12 make it. 10 of these teams aren't going to make it. So, I mean, if you bet Army, I mean, and shit, there's some teams that are down here like Memphis, Navy, UNLV. I don't think any of those teams will, by the way, just throwing out names that could shoot up and make it wild. But for the most part, if you're looking at FanDuel in this case, Army and above, Army plus 800 and up are all the teams I'm looking at. And even then, I don't think Army's going to make the college football playoffs. It's just, hey, if they beat Notre Dame and they win their conference and they're undefeated, they generally might be the best group of 5 team, like record-wise and stat-wise. So we'll just have to see. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the report. That's gonna do it for today. I think we went really, really long. Kind of got caught up a little bit towards the end as well. But man, football's fun, man. We got a lot of fun stuff happening this week. Tomorrow, the usual. We got Pickem, NFL bets, college football bets. I'm finishing some of my breakdowns now for the part 1 of that, and then obviously if you check out Stay Down Sports for anything else, all of the Stay Down Sports, all my articles on Stay Down Sports this week. We'll have the bet stuff in them. I'll post those about a day ahead of time of the game. So if the game's on, except for Thursday. Thursday I'll post the NFL Thursday games there. College football Saturday, we posted Friday. NFL, we posted on Saturday, vice versa, all that. And then I'll be appearing on Rowan's show Thursday. Be back in this feed on Tuesday, probably go over some NFL, go over some college football. Then hopefully either that following week or next week after. We might be going to 3 a week because, man, football's heating up. We only got a month left of the college football season. It's crazy to think about that. Man. See y'all tomorrow, man.